Welcome. This is the Space Library launch Oracle Read Healing Party Gathering. It is free to all, and do feel free to share with your friends. For those of you that are new here, my name is Bree. Hello, Jor. And today is a very exciting day. It's also a very weird day. Hello, Jor. I'm so happy to have you here. Yesterday, I launched my very first book. I drew on it, so this isn't the official copy. I just really fell in love with the editing process, so it's kind of been like my little companion. But today we're going to have a focus that we share some time and space together that's going to help us feel more comfortable in our skin and help us feel a little bit more, what I'll share is optimistic or even hopeful about the future. And we're going to bounce in and out of some channelings today. You might see me going into a bit of a trance-like state if a channel or a message is coming in. I might go closed-eyed for that. Sometimes my eyes are open for that, and you may not even know the difference. But what we're going to do is just ask for whatever energies and messages and flow that's for our highest and best good to come on in. And we're going to be working with 3 tools today. We have the 3 works of art, I'll say today. And the first being this book that I've just had published today on Amazon called Space Library, Beings of Light. And we're going to be working with the Dragon Oracle by Diana Cooper. The artwork is Carla Lee Moreau. We've worked with these before here. And the Archangel Oracle, also Diana Cooper, and the artist there is Jane Delaford Taylor. So, for everybody here, good morning, Karina. Are you all feeling the shift of this eclipse portal? Are you feeling that things are starting to feel a bit... Good morning, Carrie. Carrie helped me connect some dots between the gene keys and the chakras the other day. Thank you, Carrie. For sure, yeah. So, we're kind of in the middle of it right now, but it's going to be, I will say, completing its cycle on the 28th of March with the solar eclipse. And what I've been shown about what's happening right now is a big clearing in the astral realm. The astral... It's really hard to describe what's going on right now, other than what I can tell you as what I recognize as the 4th dimension. I also see the 4th dimension as the astral plane. It's being upgraded. I don't want to say that it's completely changing and that all of the darkness there is like going away. That's not what's happening. But it does feel that we're going through an evolution of timelines. And I believe this has happened on the planet many times before. But we're essentially being shifted. It's hard to put into words. Yeah. If I had to find words of the shift we're amidst, it would be from fear to love. A lot of this has to do with the planets, where we are. Oh wow, this Palo Santo smoke is moving through my space in a really interesting and geometric pattern. But okay, I'm getting drawn to the angels to figure out. Okay, angels, we're gonna ask the question together. So I've got all of this Archangel deck in my hands right now, and you have it in your hands as well, and in your heart. So I want you to, if you're not driving or operating machinery and I have your permission to see your energetic field, just say yes now. If you'd like to receive the light codes or the healing transmissions or the upgrades or the, it looks like we're going to get some light language transmissions. If you're open to that, just say yes. Also know you're going to receive everything that's in your highest and best good. So the guides are showing me now, as we're all connecting together to the archangels and the angels, the angelic plane, the ascended master plane is right up there with it. But as we're connecting right now, scan the areas of your life, of your consciousness, of your relationship with the world, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with others, your relationship with your creations or manifestations. Just kind of scan, give yourself a nice little lay of your land, a lay of how you are relating to everything. Just give it a scan. And then whatever's standing out to you as, that's not quite, this doesn't feel authentic, or the area that you're looking to really refine, bring that into your consciousness. And then we're going to start right off with the game. So the game is that I'm going to hold this card deck up, and whatever numbers intuitively come to you, you're going to share them in the comments, and go. Whatever numbers, and some of you might be floating in some different realms. So you might be sharing the realm you're in. Okay, let's see. Lots of numbers are coming in. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm already seeing some interesting patterns in the numbers. Okay. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely a flow here. We've got some DNA healing going on in this space. All right, last chance to share your numbers. Okay, and 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Okay, so we've got a lot of numbers here. The predominating, or what they're showing me as the umbrella message, is 8, which if you had 17 come up, 8 is the numerology of that. So that's going to be, again, our umbrella message. Umbrella. I'm just making myself little notes about what's going on here. Okay, and then the other 5, we're also going to read 5. So if you chose 2 or 3, your messages are going to be combined in the 5 card. Okay. And actually, no, they want me to read 3 too. Okay. Okay, so we're going to read 8, 5, and 3. And then what they're showing me is the 8 is going to be, this is funny, the 8 is going to be kind of the grandparent message. The 5 is going to be the parent message, and the 3 is going to be the child message. That's new. I'm going to write that down because that's new. And we'll see how it loops in. We'll see how it figures in. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and we're going to go with the child first. So if you chose 3, this is the child. This is a message to, okay, they're showing me what it is ahead of time. Bear with me. They're showing me a lot today because you're all very open. They're also showing me that a lot of you, yeah, before we start with the readings, a lot of you have opened your channel after a long period of having it not closed, but resisted, is what they're showing me. Resisted. So if that's pertaining, and by opening your channel, I mean you've come into an alignment and a clarity within your vessel and your mental space that you are receiving etheric information. You are receiving guidance and inspiration that may be wordless. We might not be able to put words onto what I'm saying here. So we're going to start. 3, and it's Archangel Faith. With faith, you are invincible. Believe in yourself. So the first message, the number 3, is from Archangel Faith, wrapping us in a very, very reassuring, strengthening, and what I'll say is a quiet, calming energy that is simultaneously a relief and a reminder of what is already true. And so Archangel Faith is just coming in to remind our inner child that it is safe to be fully us. It is safe to let go of the masks. It is safe to let go of the false identities that you've put over your pure soul. It is safe to play again. And they're showing me that some of you, a pocket of you maybe, maybe those of you that chose the 3, but you, and this might be really unconscious and you might not be aware of this yet, but you will be if you hear it, which is you're resisting play and joy. Because of wounding, because there's guilt and shame around the play and joy. So what they're showing me is Archangel Faith is coming to show you that that guilt and shame is an illusion. That's the lie. And then they're showing me a lie and a lie. So like they're showing me that we can have this pattern growing up where we start creating this lie that we're not allowed to play, that that's not productive, that that's childish, like that's just for children, and that's just for, it's not for adults, I'll say. And that's a lie that some of us here in this group have gotten really good at telling ourselves. And 5 is Archangel Raziel. Seek and you will find, be a wise one. So this is sort of the parent message. And they're showing me by parent, they mean we are becoming our own parent in this session. We're inviting in that, they're showing me we're inviting in our inner child and our old self. So our self that is, this is in our late years, where we're needing a lot of help from others. And they're showing me that Archangel Raziel is showing up to say, play is for all ages. And then they're showing me the reason that they're bringing this up with the children and the, the elderly who are in their retirement era or in their let's relax and smell the roses era. They're showing me these are very similar energies, and they're energies that are introductions. So they're meant to be surrendered into. And then Raziel is also sharing, it's time to really start understanding how you connect with colors, because some of you are restricting your chakras significantly, is what they're showing me. And your mind is the blockade, or your belief patterning is the blockade. So scrap the idea of having to figure out your chakras and simply start engaging with color. So start painting or coloring or drawing, or maybe this is you go shopping and you just pick the color, you let the color guide you. So it's not about, oh, I saw this in a magazine and I think it's cool, I'm going to go find it. Let yourself have, and then some of you, they're showing, this is to kind of kind of give you a little push, a little nudge to kind of get out into new areas. try some new things, go to some new places. Because they're sharing with me, right, red shirt. Yeah. Yeah, so the root chakra is waking on up, shining on out. And then they're just sharing, also be playful with that. So instead of going, oh gosh, I'm always wanting red, or I'm always wanting violet, or I'm always wanting blue, or I'm always wanting yellow, does that mean that chakra is broken or something? No. This is, what they're showing is embrace your rainbow rays, embrace your rainbow light body, embrace the childlike nature of you that isn't concerned about the things that the adult version of you is. Okay. And then the 8 card, which is the umbrella message and the grandparent, I guess, message. Evelyn, hello. Is Archangel Jophiel. Act with wisdom, use information for the highest good. So this feels actually pertinent. Okay, let's see. They want to give you all a permission slip for why to zoom out. They want to give you a permission slip for why to consult with your spiritual guidance team every day. To drop into the heart and go and open up to that and say, guides, what do you have for me? Or angels, what do you have for me? Or what guidance do I need today? Or, maybe I feel that I'm lacking this inspiration or clarity or direction or whatever it may be. Asking your guides, opening up to your guides. They're showing that the reason that some of you aren't doing that is because you don't feel it's beneficial for the whole. So you're almost labeling that as selfish in a small way. And what they're showing me is this is the least selfish thing you can do. For you to allow your higher self-consciousness to anchor through your vessel each and every day is the least selfish thing that you can do. And what they're showing me is that a lot of you have a lot of wisdom, but it's lacking love. So they're showing me that there's a lot of wisdom within each and every single one of you here. You're a wellspring of wisdom. So allow that wisdom to serve you and bloom from you by lubricating all of that in love. Starting first from love. And not romantic foo-foo Hallmark love. I'm talking about the kind of love that is acceptance. I'm talking about the kind of love that is free. I'm talking about the kind of love that is... This is the kind of love that is completely unconditional. So it has no rules. It has no expectations. It's the isness. So they're sharing that a lot of you, the umbrella message I can say here is that we're making peace with all of these different levels and layers of ourself. Our inner child, our inner adult, our inner teenager, our inner... and then they're also showing me that, time is not what we think it is. And so that future, there's many future us's already in existence. It's us aligning with that. So aligning with our highest emanation of self. It's not about trying to be it. It already is. So it's aligning with it. And everybody let that percolate for a moment, because I have to walk off camera for just a second. Be good in the comments. Everyone was good in the comments. Love it. I love it. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, everyone. Got something cooking on the stove. No rules today. Let's just go with it. So, does anyone have any questions about what just channeled in? Because it was pretty parfait-ish. There was many layers. And it felt like Christ consciousness was reaching all of our layering bodies. That's how it felt to me. Anywho. Alfalfa sprout, how can you align with your highest self? What the guides are feeding through is, what does your highest self feel like? Hello, Bradley. They're sharing what could be blocking us from accessing that highest self and where we are now, I can say, is expectation. And that we're trying to figure out what that is from programming, which we will never be able to do because it's already in existence. Our pure, whole, complete soul is already always emanating through our Oversoul channel. So they wanted me to take you all to the Oversoul channel of you. This is your source emanation. So what they're showing me is to align with your highest self. The thing to focus on in this current moment, I guess, is self-acceptance. For this group anyway, they're sharing that what they're showing me in the Akashic Records is that the only thing that's really preventing all of you from aligning with your higher self is just that you're resisting it in subtle ways. Or in other words, you're thinking it has to be this certain mold or certain way. And so you're not actually just allowing it to be. Your highest self is. So they're kind of having us shed this idea that we're trying to reach our higher self. Because truly what we're doing is we're settling the nervous system in our healing practices, in our alignment practices. We're healing the nervous system. We're checking in with all the different layers of our self. It's innate. It's natural to you. That's why it's such a paradox to talk about this, because the way to align with it is to let go. That's it. There's not going to be a certain set. I would say that what you would all want to have is a daily spiritual practice, a daily go within practice, as many times as you can. But definitely, this is what I see happening with clients for the most part, is that check the first part of your day, because you're really starting to create this. You're creating so think about it this way. Yeah. So look at the world. There's all of these there's 8 billion plus souls on the planet living completely different lives. Why is that? If we can wake up to the truth that we get to choose, if we wake up to the truth that we get to shape our reality through our awareness, through our intention, through our consistency, through our perseverance, through our continual dropping into the heart from the mind, that's the only thing we need to shift. It's, okay, and then they're also showing this. For those of you that still aren't getting it, it's not clicking for you about aligning with your higher self, make a list of, make a side-by-side list and go, my higher self is, and the first list, the first things that come to you. And then take a moment. Pause. And then ask yourself, if I fully accepted myself, if I fully trusted myself, if I fully loved myself, and then make the list. Because you're going to see differences. And you're going to be able to basically see the the left side of them, spoiler alert, but you do this on your own if you can, if it's resonating. But, the first set is going to be like what your ego thinks your higher self is and what your mind thinks your higher self is. And then the second time, it's going to be what you really are. And it's just going to be about kind of stepping into that embodiment. Okay. And we're getting a dragon 3. Okay, so let's get a dragon to kind of cement where we're going. It feels like they're giving a nice little picture. They're kind of laying out a picture for us of what we all are expanding into. And then they're also sharing the message of you can only go as wide as you can go deep. They share this a lot. So if you feel like, they're showing me for some of you, if you feel like there's a blockage, or there's some resistance, there's some whatever, or there's just, you can't put a name on it, can't put a finger on it, don't know what it is, you have no idea, but there's something, they're showing me that that's just because you need to go deep in. You need to go, they're showing me like a trampoline. It's hard to explain what they're showing me in transmitting, but they're showing me instead of like trying to jump off the trampoline of your wound into your higher self expansion, instead you need to go under where that trampoline was to the origin. So you need to go deeply within to get to that expansion. So it's kind of the message that they're always sharing through me, which is the small change we all need to make is just to be mindful and aware and conscious of the areas that we're going out before we go in. Because those are the areas that we're going to be really unfulfilled. And the dragon, the silver dragon, illuminates the potential with higher light. Access untapped resources. Look into your soul. Go into the darkness to get to the light. Thank you, Karina. See higher possibilities. So we're at the equinox, with the eclipse, we're the start of the real year. And what they're showing me is the void space and the fertile soil and the darkness, and they're showing me the same image that they show me so much. Cool, Mark. They're showing me this is linked with the inner child too. So this is, they always show me this image when they want to help you all transmute fear. So what they're doing is they're showing me this image again where there's this big scary monster, and all the townspeople, all the people are like, ah! And like it's terror, and it's like very like intense and like ah. So we're there together with this scary monster. And then they show me, yeah, right, this little child, imagine this little child, maybe this little child is you, walks up to this monster with complete openness. No judgment, just curiosity. And hey there, and oh hi, what's your name? Energy. And that's what transmutes the monster into something that is not a monster anymore. It's a love being again. So all the things that were on the outside of that monster, creating it to be hardened and protected and needing to keep everyone out, keep everyone away, keep it safe, whatever. All that monster needed, all that big scary fear needed was to be in the presence of a being that wasn't resisting it and wasn't judging it and wasn't pushing against it and wasn't trying to shoot at it, arrows at it, or whatever time period this dragon or this monster was present. What it needs is acceptance. What it needs is to be allowed to be. And it melts into a love being. And that's all we need to do within and with others. Just let it all be. It's not hard, it's not complicated. You just let it be. Okay, and they're sharing to grab a page from this book. So everybody do that thing again where you're just scanning your energy field, noticing areas where you might have a slightly shifted perspective, or maybe you feel a little bit lighter around, or you feel like, oh, that's not so bad. Or, oh, that part of me that I really resisted and crammed down is kind of fun. And you know, I'm going to invite them back out a little bit. Okay, so let's see. Oh, we came to the topic of mania. That's interesting here. Okay, let's see. So, this is actually a very, very important chapter or portion of the book. This is available on Amazon for those that are wondering, perhaps. What they're showing me with mania is, and you can, I'm getting the channel kind of in fresh again from the first time. But what they're showing me is this, it's that trampoline thing. It's this disconnection from reality. Because when you're, let's say that you're going with that energy of the trampoline where you're really trying to springboard off of something within you that's a wound. They're showing me that we don't need to take that effort of jumping off that trampoline anymore. We can kind of stop that. We can kind of stop trying to force and stop trying to have people see us a certain way and trying to get people to understand us and trying to, it's also like an anger, like a friction energy that separates us from ourselves. And the resolution of that is unlearning the need to do it in the first place. So the reason that we would want to do that in the first place is because at some point in life we developed the belief that we couldn't just be ourselves. We developed the belief that we had to go out there to be okay in here. And so they're sharing the relief to this is first, and this is very shared in the book, but the first thing, if you have anyone in your life that's coming up in this category, maybe it's even yourself, we're going to place some acceptance, we're going to place some forgiveness, we're going to place some love, we're going to place some cushioning, some comfort, because what they're sharing is it's not up to us to help someone else in that state, because that person in that state is that's the soul is in charge of that person. So, but it's simply, let's have the ability to want to understand someone else outside of us without having any need for them to respond in any type of way to us. Because what they're showing me is a lot of us just need to let go of like trying to help people in our lives, which sounds so weird. And it's like opposite of what I'm like here doing. But what they're showing me is for the people that are closest to us in life, the only way we're going to help them is acceptance. The only way we're going to help them is love. The only way we're going to help them is letting them know that we're here, but we're never really serving anyone outside of us by saying like, I want to fix you. Because nobody needs to be fixed. Yeah, that's a woof. That was not what I was expecting this to go to, the mania topic. But let's see what else. Okay. This is way too deep to go into here. But the flash of light. This is what I want to talk about. The flash of light. Does anybody here know about the flash of light? Have you heard of it? Do you know what I'm even talking about? We have all these light codes coming into the planet. All these light codes. It's, what I will say is awakening us. It's charging us. It's helping us ascend. It's expanding our light body. It's charging us up. It's connecting stargates, which I won't go too much into here because that's just another thing that's just a little too deep for this time of celebration. But what they're showing me is now's the time that we're birthing the golden age. So we're actually having the templating coming in now for the new earth. And a lot of us were engaged in the breakdown of old templating, old structures, fear and control structures, and they're now being replaced with a new structure of unity consciousness and crystalline consciousness. So it has to do with our DNA. It has to do with, so they want me to talk about the DNA. So they're showing me, you're all probably familiar with the double helix carbon-based DNA. It's probably what you know of something of. But they're showing me what's coming in now is the crystalline DNA. So this is the, so they're taking us like to a holographic image here. So they're showing this crystalline Christ consciousness DNA, which overlays the carbon-based DNA, overlays it. So imagine this light structure holographically over this carbon-based DNA. That's what we're shifting into. So it's showing me connecting dots for some of you. Some of you are connecting dots. But what they're showing me is we still are going to have this carbon-based DNA for a long time as humans on the planet. And it's going to be an evolution. It's not like we're going to go from fear-based to love-based overnight. This isn't flow. This is waves of energy. This is a natural evolution and expansion. So, let's see. They want me to grab another dragon to help with explain what I'm trying to share right here, because they're giving me a lot clairvoyantly. Our sleeping codes are singing awake now. I love that. Okay, Dusty Pink Dragon from Andromeda. Andromeda seems very present right now, too. I don't know why I'm sharing that. Prepares all your chakras to embody higher love, accept and radiate higher love, touch others with its flame. So what they're sharing is, yes, all of us here, we're going to be the weird ones right now. We're going to be the hippies on the planet right now. We're going to be the daydreamers on the planet right now. We're going to be the, you know, some people are going to see us and they're going to say they're wearing rose-colored glasses. I see where they're going. Some people are going to look at you and say, I don't get why you're happy. Some people are going to look at us and say, how could you think we're in a golden age? Do you see the world right now? I'm sure some of you are coming up with a handful of people that are already saying this message to you in your life right now. What I want to remind you of, and what this Dusty Pink Dragon from Andromeda wants to remind you of, is hold your vision. You already know what the world looks like without those rose-colored glasses. You already know. And if having the rose-colored glasses on allows you to shine your light, your love light, into the world and actually spread joy and actually spread peace and actually calm a few nervous systems along the way and actually be the calming effect for yourself when the world seems in chaos. Why are you going to kick yourself for wearing those rose-colored glasses? And this is hilarious right now, okay? Yeah, they're sharing paradox. You know, they're not telling us to bury our head in the sand. They're not telling us to pretend that bad things aren't happening in the world. They're not saying that. But they're saying if you let your focus stay on all the things that need to change now and need to fix now and need to, rapidly shift now, we're creating force energy. We're holding it down. We're preventing it from manifesting, aligning, and anchoring and being. Okay, that was an interesting channel. I don't even know if I followed it, but hopefully some of you got something from it. Okay, and one more angel. I'm going to actually stop this music now. For those of you here they want me to do light language. Okay. Everyone here open to a little light language? Hello, Jennifer. Do you guys want a little light language attunement just to kind of align, balance, put into flow, synchronize? Beautiful. Okay, and then if those of you that are kind of like, what? Totally cool. Totally cool. You can observe. But yeah, they want to kind of do a little, they're showing me the energetic fields, and we're just going to do a little tune-up. Yeah, they said we're actually done with the cards for today. Okay. So if you're driving or operating machinery, check this out later on my YouTube, or in my energy healing membership. I know that commercials sometimes show up on YouTube. You can try my energy healing membership for a week free. But okay. Yeah, they want me to like drop right in. All right. Okay, so they're asking everybody to take a few deep breaths through the whole system. Just a few clearing breaths. Just consciously washing the system. And they're asking you to just place awareness on your roots, planting deep into Mama Gaia. It's no need to force here, just scanning, just placing awareness on these anchoring, grounding roots. And some of you are going to maybe come up with some crystals right away, some flowers right away, some essences, maybe some essential oils that are going to come back up those roots, back into the body. Trace the body up. All these elixirs and natural gifts from Mama Gaia are going to just quell and loosen. Some nadis are being cleared. Some meridians are being cleared. Aranuraya unhere hawa ni hawa shiarao kosarmanayam kosarmanayam tokoronire hiawam tosayam. And they're sharing that a lot of you are expanding into some chakras that you didn't know were there outside the body. Allow that to be and just breathe and expand. Allow yourself to just drop into the heart so that you can just scan everything from a very quantum perspective. And then they're just asking each of you to place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, if you can. And then just feel from your lower chakras this very calming and grounding energy just start to emanate more freely. Haranura kuyarne, kursuronia kuashio, torainima, tokamane ternietiasho. And then just allow yourself to imagine yourself as a sun, as a glowing sun from your solar plexus, just emanating this golden light around your entire being that is very warm and balanced. And then some of you are going to want to just do a gentle hum, hum, hum. Some of you are having clearing from the third eye now, just these bits and tangles that were not you. They were, a lot of it, projections. That's all just being coated in this very rainbow-like effervescent energy it's actually reaching all the source points. So there's healing going back multidimensionally. They're reaching the monads. And then they want you to, some of you might be seeing a key floating in front of you. Many different types of keys they're showing me are a crystal. They just want you to grab it and just place it in your heart. And just feel what that does for your energy field. And they're sharing what this is doing is helping you unlock your quantum heart. Okay, now Mama Gaia is coming in to ground us. We're getting a blessing from the Cosmic Mother. Some of you are being showered now with flower petals. I'm seeing white rose petals, pink rose petals, violet rose petals, lavender rose petals, really bright yellow rose petals. Okay, now they're asking you to drop your anchor from your root chakra down into the Mama Gaia. Just let it land there, holding you steady, reminding you how safe you are, and reminding you that you're always connected to your Oversoul channel. It's always flowing through. Your higher self is always with you, always emanating from you. It's not distant from you. It is you. And then they're having us just all say this together. So repeat after me. I am that I am. If you can say that out loud, please do. I am that I am that I am. Maybe say it internally. I am that I am that I am. And then they're also sharing the affirmation of I am and I am becoming. So they're sharing that because we're accepting who we are and we're welcoming that which we are becoming. And they're showing me some of these versions of us that we are becoming just need our love first so that they can anchor. They just need to know they're accepted here for us to align with those embodiments of us. And then any of you that are feeling anything residual, like any kind of stagnancy or tenseness, just go ahead and ask right now for your guardian angel to lovingly take care of that for you. And then any of you that feel any baggage that you've let go of and you still kind of feel it present, they're sharing pack that up into a bag or a suitcase. And then they're sharing that we're opening up portals next to you, one-way portals to source. Go ahead and drop those bags into those portals. Just drop them in there. They're going to go back to source. Okay. They're also sharing I've been working with a lot of you in the astral space to do this already. So a lot of it's already, the heavy lifting has already been done. Yes, we're very assisted right now. Okay. All right, so your energy is staying with you. My energy is staying with me. And then the guides are just sharing with me, this is a practice you can do on your own. So moving forward, drop those roots so that you're feeling sturdy and safe in your body. Thank you, Sunny Seeds. And thank you, Jen. Jennifer? Okay, and so we're going to drop those roots, and then we basically just let our energy recalibrate. Oh, thank you, Loch Ness. It's the voice of the soul. Thank you, Carrie. And then just be sure to hydrate today. The effects of this may last. You might feel some things shifting, some perspectives changing in the next few days. So allow, welcome. Saw Stardust. Beautiful. So be playful with your healing processes is what the guides really want to remind us of. Some of us have been doing deep shadow work for so long, and it's gotten to a point where it's a bit, they're saying stagnant. It's a bit stale. It's not really helping us anymore. It's kind of turning into a self-hate practice. And they're sharing, no. We don't tell you to do the shadow work so you can sit there and be in misery. We say it so that you can see what's at play in your field and you can scan what is ready to be transmuted and released. So, and then the other thing that, when you're in your meditative practices and you're opening your third eye and you're opening into your clairvoyance and you're opening into these new experiences within. Dragon's Breath. Oh, good, Bex. Yes, so helpful. So thank you for reminding me of that. Another practice that you can tack on to your daily routine is, you probably won't want to do it now because you're already pretty cleared in your system, but this is something that you can add on to your daily energy clearing practices that will do the job. It's fire breath, dragon breath, Kalabati breath, or Kabbalabati breath. I could be saying that wrong. But basically, the whole intention of it is that you're going to be only focused on the out breath, pumping the out breath from your lower dantian or your sacral region, your lower belly. And it looks like this. You'll feel your belly actually doing this pump. And you'll feel the Kundalini energies. You'll feel the energies pumping up and out. This actually clears the third eye and the whole system. It can make you a little lightheaded. So I would start with about 30, and then allow yourself to balance afterwards before you go into another set. If you do get lightheaded or get that sensation, it's like you're actually seeing the energetics of your pineal gland closing. So it's not as scary as it may feel. But of course, honor your body, honor yourself. Only do things that you are feeling safe and comfortable with in the body to do. That's just one little way that you can. It does really help with. It helps with. Oh, I'm getting kicked out. Of course I am. Right here. it does really help with, it helps with, oh, I'm getting kicked out, of course I am, right here. I'm back. I forgot that it kicks me out at an hour, and I also completely lost track of time because you're all so lovely and this has been so fun. But at least we got the light language done before it kicked me out. And since we're having so much fun, we're just gonna close it on out lovingly. So I never really open up for a Q&A. Does anybody have any questions with anything? About anything? About anything at all? About the light language, about my book? That I would love it if you could all grab a copy and leave a review. Thank you. It's so exciting. It's what I realized, Amazon. So you can just search Space Library, Brie Marie. I thought it was coming out today, but then Amazon sent me an email and they published it yesterday. Cool. You're gonna love it. I really feel you will all really love it. I explore everything that I had curiosity about. So when I opened my channel fully and just started trance channeling like every single day 3 years ago, I realized that the power was in the question. I realized that if I can ask anything, what do I really want to ask? And what do I really want to know about? After the 30 breaths, do you do anything further? Just make sure to hydrate. You might want to do some gentle stretching or maybe some spinal circles. It should really activate some kind of deep, dormant intuitions. So allow those intuitions to bud and then follow those intuitions. Well, don't force yourself. Don't force yourself. Never force yourself. Always be open to your quantum flow, however that is flowing for the day. And that's one of the things I really want to instill when I show up for anything. Because, this new earth that we're stepping into and that we're creating with our consciousness every single day is one that is very okay with not knowing what's to come. It's like, it's trusting. It's like being in the moment and trusting and surrendering and knowing that today my highest excitement might be painting, and tomorrow my highest excitement might be writing more of my book, and the next day it might be dancing, and the next day it might be being in nature for the day and saying no to my on paper to-do list. Okay. Yeah, so that's one of the main things that this book is going to do for you, is just tune you back into your oversoul channel. Your consistent, just always. And here's the thing. I'm here selling a book, but I can also tell you that you are what you've been looking for. You. So may you get this book and have it completely change the way that you're showing up and embodying? Yes, but you're just going to be tapping into more of your original core truth and nature. It's going to be returning you to all what is already. So this book is, I trance channel from the High Council of Light on so many things. Let's find some questions that I asked. I asked what the purpose of the Galactic Federation of Light is. They answered that. I asked what the laws of the universe are. They answered that. I asked them to explain what soul fragments are, because a lot of what we're doing in this healing, in the things that we're doing here when we're meditating, healing, self-healing, energy healing, blah, 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 we can call it everything. Quantum healing, we're calling back soul fragments. We're calling ourselves back into wholeness. And the parts of us that we shoved off into little closets because we were like, yuck, you're not allowed to be, we're opening that closet door and saying, I love you. You are allowed here. And, okay, let's see. Let me find a couple more. I asked about purgatory. That was a fun chapter. Let's see. I ask about purpose. I ask about different brainwave states. Perfect. Yes. Actually, Natalie will really love this. I kind of feel like I may somehow already know that. Let's see. I ask about time travel. I ask about God. I ask about the internal guidance system, spiritual gifts, 12-strand DNA, the Dantians. There's some transmissions that are specifically for practitioners. So if you're a practitioner in any way, if you're serving any being on the planet in any way, if you're helping them in any way, so this will just kind of expand that for you. A channel from the planets. That was really fun. Really, really solid section on our galactic mission and the 12 pillars of light. And yeah. If you are a curious light being, if you're a ascending being, an awakening being, if you're someone that's getting in touch with your spiritual gifts again after a long period of shutting them down, hello, I've lived that. It'll really help. And then just this is something that my aunt reminded me to tell people, because a lot of people don't understand me, and what may help you understand me is that I did have a full I had an NDE in 2015, which really did change everything for me. And I also have no shadow of a doubt that we live it all our lives. Yeah. But we don't have to live in a cage, Lux. We don't have to. We can face those hidden parts of our subconscious that are keeping us small, or keeping us hiding, or keeping us from expansion, or keeping us from connection with others in a more flowing way. We can do that. We just have to give ourselves the permission slip. And then we also have to realize that the boxes are self-created and the cages are self-created. It's another freedom card too that really allows us to realize we can, if we created it, we can create something new, or break it down and put something in its place. Yeah. But on Amazon, Space Library, Beings of Light. It's the first of a series, because the next one I think is going to take me a few more years. Because I will just say that I very much surrendered to this book. I allowed myself to entertain my curiosities, but then when you for those of you that are trans channels here, you really do kind of need to pace yourself with it, because you're bringing in a lot of high dimensional light, and you're also activating your DNA. So if you're going to get the book, like, take it in your own timing, and be sure to hydrate. And be sure to hydrate today, those of you that took in the light language especially. And I will be here again next Friday. And this will be on my YouTube. So thank you all for joining. Thank you for being here and allowing this to flow in its own way. I am surrendered to however that is going to be. And let's just take one final deep breath together. Thank you, Julie. And thank you, everyone, for joining. Please go shine your light. Please practice some self-love, some self-trust, in some new expanded ways. And don't forget to hydrate. Namaste.